Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old Git Reacts, Reviews and Off Times Reminiscences. Blackened death metal. It doesn't always do it for me, I have to say. And of course, it depends what you mean by blackened. Depends what you mean by death metal. But there are those that do grab me by the ear and insist I listen some more. One of which is Deus Vermin, who practice that sort of blackened death that the likes of Abyssal maybe play, Autocrator type stuff, sort of something with a bit of a cavernous sound to it very often. So let's have a listen, shall we? You can't beat a song that starts with Fists Are Flying. That came out the gate, swinging axes, hammers, and any other implement that will cause you serious injury. That's the way to do it, folks. So, I've got in the collection Monument to Decay, which is this picture you see before you rather than this EP's cover, because Monument to Decay's cover is more interesting. But Monument to Decay, on balance, had far more faster sections than this has. This is a far greater range of dynamics on this EP. But bear in mind, I do like my speed. It doesn't detract from it. The contrast between the dynamics or the speeds works very well, and the slow parts, which very often on particularly Blackened Death or just Death on its own, has me tapping my fingers in with impatience. Here, retain my interest, and you don't have to wait too long before the fleet stuff comes back on. But like I say, the slower stuff stands its own, and you know, the atmosphere, I guess, and this is the thing with Black and Death, it allows the atmosphere to carry the slower parts for somebody like me who likes purely fast stuff. But hey ho, quite a vicious little beastie this is. So, couple of things. One is quite like the fact that the death metal vocalization shares a bit of time with a more blackened vocalization, works well. And I'm not a fan of the deep guttural stuff, and this isn't. It's that gruff sort of death metal singing that doesn't fall into parody, or there are limits to there are limits to what I'll listen to, and the vocals here in both aspects are eminently listenable. And again, the other point is the slower parts. There's a murkiness to this band, which means there's a crackle. It's not too clean. There is, with it, I suppose, with a name like they've got, you'd expect a little bit of grime in there, and it does mean that I'm not a fan of breakdowns, as those of you who listen or watch will know. But there's breakdowns, and this isn't really a breakdown, of course. It's more of an atmosphere breather and a bridge, hopefully to fleeter stuff. So there you go. Yes, there was a nice ramping up towards the end before it went lickety split and steamrolled along. And I can even say, hand on heart, that I didn't mind the slow outro because of the picture it painted. Now, there's something discordant about some of the guitar tone in there, which sort of gives a sense of broken machinery, or sort of old industry, if you will. And again, it goes with the grime and the oiliness, perhaps the murk, which it's a picture that's painted for me. You might find something totally different in there, but nonetheless, the range of dynamics in there, and some subtle, no, subtle's the wrong word, but nuanced accentuation made it a very interesting listen. And the toes, you won't see the toes, but they were tapping at points. Not that they can tap quick enough all the time, but hey ho. So the whole EP from Deus Vermin is worth a listen. As I say, range of dynamics. And for someone like me who just likes, as I say, the speedy stuff, even the slow stuff is engaging. So there you go. Clicky bollocks. Catch you all next time. Cheerio.